censorship network. This story was an interesting story. It's a story we've been talking about. What is the name of the facility that it's?
Oh goodness!
It was put together. It was this Orwellian organization that started with Obama, or towards the end of Obama's regime, and then Biden. It was put on steroids. And now here's the bottom line: it was like the Animal Farm to me. That's what it reminded me of. The head piggies are making decisions for the sheep. You got Napoleon Pig making decisions about what the sheep can hear or can't hear. If you read Animal Farm, you'll see exactly what I'm talking. I mean, I know you've read it, but as I was thinking about this, I think it's called the Global Engagement Center.
GEC. That's right.
Global Engagement Center. and the truth is, they chose to demonize whoever they chose to demonize, according to what their mind was telling them to do. No consensus. It was a knee-jerk reaction to the idea, I think this is disinformation, and we're going to do away with it. Now, I know you remember the story. I can't remember her name right now, but she came after us. She came after me specifically, and in there came after you, where she was one of the, I call her she was basically the censorship Karen. That's the only way. She reminded me of the typical Karen, but she was the censorship Karen who was making speeches about me for doing this show, for talking about corporate America, and talking about the CIA and the FBI, and she was appalled by it. But she worked for these types of folks, you see. Now, it might not have been this exact organization, but they say they're shutting down now because they're terrified. They're absolutely terrified, right?
Yeah. So the GEC, it was part of the Defense Department budget at the end of 2016. So it was right as Obama was preparing to leave and Trump was coming in office. And John McCain was one of the leaders in creating this thing, because he said, we've got to deal with the disinformation coming from other countries. Apparently that was such a huge deal because they bought $170,000 in Facebook ads. So let's create a new department in the federal government that deals with propaganda. Because it is a two-way street, right? They weren't just tracking propaganda coming into this country or propaganda. Their job is also to do the propaganda in other countries.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I thought where you were going with it, Farron, is it comes into the country, and then whoever reports on it could be me and you. Then we are targeted because we're, I guess, in the chain of disinformation. But here's the point. Who are these numbnuts making this decision? Who decides? The American public can't hear that. So I'm going to call Facebook and tell Facebook, throttle this back. Don't allow this information to get out there. And of course, Facebook, completely cooperative. Instagram, completely cooperative. Throttle it back. We're making the decision that this is disinformation. And American public is so stupid. The American public is so stupid, we have to make a decision for them. So it is classic Animal House, Napoleon Pig versus the sheep. And they were Napoleon Pig.
Well, in their defense, the American public as a whole is very stupid. When you put people together, we become dumb. But, it is one of those things. The government cannot be involved in this. I don't care where you fall on the political spectrum. Anytime you have a group of bureaucrats deciding what can or cannot be said, regardless of where it originated from, that's when you hit that. You're not just hitting the slippery slope, you are sliding down it at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Because, and God, it drives me crazy that the Democrats are the ones who don't seem to understand this. You're not going to be in power forever. And when the other side gets it, guess what suddenly becomes disinformation?
Can I tell you, if you poll 10 Democrats and you ask them, is this okay? Well, of course it's okay. It's disinformation. Who the hell decides it's disinformation? Napoleon Pig? Napoleon Pig says, we can't let the American public hear that. These people are autocrats. I mean, we've become a nation of letting autocrats do whatever the hell they want to do.
We have a First Amendment to protect us from this.
But how has this become? You're Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. You know that. Where is it that the Democrats latched onto this? Why did they latch? Was it the Russia thing?
That played a huge role in it.
Yeah,
yes.
where every night MSNBC's talking about Russia's under your
Yeah.
bed, Russia's in your closet. Don't use your toothbrush because Russia has spit on your toothbrush. It's crazy shit like that.
Well, and even the Mueller report said, yeah, hey, Russia had disinformation. They had disinformation kind of centers, but a lot of other countries have them too.
course.
And basically through this GEC, we did as well, and we do it in other countries. So it is one of those things. We have to put our foot down and say that this government, telling us what we can and cannot see, telling us what we can and cannot read, because the same people okay with the GEC are the same people speaking out about the book bans.
Right.
How
Oh.
dare you tell me what I can and cannot read?
Exactly.
Well, no, you can't have it both ways.
Because Napoleon Pig is making these kinds of decisions. And if you allow Napoleon Pig, the autocrat that works for government, that worked for Obama, worked for McCain, worked for Biden, that put all this in place, if you allow that to happen, this slippery slope that you're talking about becomes tragic.
especially considering what's coming up.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.